In this video, I share a food combination that may unknowingly be draining you of your manifesting energy. And what is really surprising about this is that these are food that you may be consuming a lot in your effort of staying healthy. When combined in a certain way, they are draining you of precious energy that you could actually be utilizing for focus, for materializing your dreams and your goals. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if this is your first time here. I'm Dehesa, founder of Bees A Love Story, community of more than 5,000 members now, and I'm also creator of Luminous Creator. On this channel, I share energy and practical tips for creating, for manifesting joy, love, abundance in life and in business. And so if that sounds like your jam, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you know when I post a new video. With that said, now back to the topic of this video. Foods that may be sucking your manifestation power without you knowing it. So intentional creation and intentional manifestation is all about again, intention. It's about our mind, and it's also about focused energy. And the funny thing is, this is something that I personally didn't know for years and years until I started training with energy. The funny thing is, being focused has everything to do with our condition, energetic condition in our body. What do I mean by that? Very much so. A lot of the times, the more heat we can feel in our gut area, the more focused we can be. The colder our gut area becomes, the less focused we become in our lives, in our creation, and so on and so forth. So it is no secret now that, like, it's very common knowledge that junk food, for example, is not necessarily the kind of food that creates the best energetic condition in our bodies. But that's not what we're talking about. That's not what this video is about. This video is about a certain combination of foods, actually very popular foods, superfoods sometimes, when combined in a certain way, create cold energy. It can really create the condition in your body where your gut becomes cold, and really that's really sucking your power of focus and your power of manifestation. So a few weeks ago, I decided to kind of tune up my body, to its a healthiest space possible, and part of that, of course, is nutrition, and another part of that was really upping the way that I was doing my energy exercises and stuff like that, and focusing on myself and stuff like that. And so for the nutrition part, I went and was doing quite a bit of research online, and really looking at people that talk about nutrition and health and stuff like that. And there is one particular program that I decided to follow, and it was really all about lots of greens, lots of juices, and so I went on this thing for like a whole week, where all I was eating was like cucumbers and salads and cucumber juices and celery juices and so on and so forth. So I cut off all these other like food groups, like eggs and even like I was eating very little protein. At that moment, for a few days, for about a full week, I cut out all that. All I was really eating was like greens, green greens, and in addition to that, I was having like a celery juice, and then also like cucumber juice, and just all these greens. And then what ended up happening was that my body literally shut down about a week of doing this. So my body literally became so cold. My fingers were feeling cold all the time. I was like emitting cold energy all the time. My toes were cold all the time. My gut was cold. It was so cold that I couldn't digest my food very well anymore. I felt very constipated. I couldn't feel warm energy moving in my body, and I couldn't accumulate energy, which is one of the things that it's like for the past few years that I have really trained with energy. Accumulating energy in my gut has become one of the most powerful things for me to feel focused, so for me to go for my dreams, for me to be able to take action in my life and in my business. And so I became very, very sluggish. I was like Daisy all the time. I was like, my mind was foggy. Days were going by, like days started going by, and I wasn't really doing a lot of the things that I needed. I knew I needed to do, but I wasn't feeling very inspired to do those things. That is when it dawned on me that actually actually when I say dawned on me, it's so funny how when we ask our true self, when we ask the universe, when we ask, whoever you want, the sky, whoever you want to call it, you always get answers. So once I got into that state, I was like, oh my God, what's happening? And then I encountered one trainer that really mentioned, oh, there are certain foods, when you combine them, there are actually certain foods in life that actually make your body cold. And then there are certain other foods that make your body warm. So if your body has a tendency to be cold, and you only eating these foods that make your body colder and colder and colder, for sure it is going to drain you, especially if it's making your lower abdomen colder. It's going to drain you of powerful energy that you could be utilizing for going for your dreams, for manifesting and materializing all the things that you are asking for in your life. And so when I went through the list of the foods that make your body cold, and then I went through the list of the foods that make your body warm, I realized all that week I had cut out all the foods that actually will warm up a body. Given it was winter time, it was pretty cold in here in Colorado, which exasperated everything for my body, for me. And then there are certain foods that make your body cold, and then there are cool down your body, and then there are certain foods that warm up your body. But at that moment, I was only eating the foods that cool down the body. Does it make sense? So these foods that I'm talking about, again, like celery, cucumber, salads, and melons and watermelon and stuff like that, they are food that actually will cool down your body. Does it mean that they are bad food? No, it doesn't mean that. I still, till this day, actually last night I had cucumber juice. I still eat cucumbers because they are some of my favorite vegetables, right? I still eat salads. I still eat all these food that cool down your body. But then I realize now that when I eat those foods, and those foods are very nutritious, right? I realize that when I eat those foods, I actually have to balance them with eating foods that also warm up my body. What are these foods? For me, it's foods like bananas, foods like butternut squash. I love butternut squash soup. It is foods like sweet potatoes or eggs, and it's also food like like this is not food, like actually warm, like water actually warms up the body. And it's also things like ginger actually makes my body and warms up the body very much, which makes me think, actually, in my country, in my culture, in Togo, in West Africa, and I believe in most African countries, actually, when a woman actually gives birth, there is this special sauce. This special sauce is made mainly of ginger, and this other root that really warm up the gut. Why? It's because giving birth is one of the most energetically draining things that we go through as women, and when that happens, again, in my culture, women actually after giving birth for quite maybe a couple of months, they drink that sauce every single day. And I remember when I actually had a baby, both times, my mom made sure that she brought these sauces so that I could have them and really warm up my gut area. But what's very surprising, that in the Western world, I gave birth in the United States, is that after giving birth, they actually gave me ice chips. at the hospital, that actually surprised me a lot because it really cools off the body. And what I noticed personally in my life is that it not only cools off the body when we eat or just all these foods that make your body cold, but what I noticed is that when the body is cold, my body is more susceptible to injuries, for example, like in sports and stuff like that. But also my immune system is much lower, much less strong when my body is cold, as opposed to when it's warm, and so on and so forth. And again, this depends on your climate. Also, you might feel it more or less depending on the climate you live in. And so that's what I wanted to share with you in this video. I hope that this made sense. Share with me in the comments if you have noticed this for yourself, if you have noticed certain foods that cool down your body, and then certain other foods that actually heat up your body, and if you've noticed how when your body becomes colder, it doesn't function as well as normal. All right, so see you in the next video. Bye.